Okay, good morning guys. So today I will be sharing a life story with you, like I always do, about my life, but I will also include idioms. Okay? Idioms. What is an idiom? Let me give you an example. This is an idiom. Horsing around. What does that mean? Horsing around. Horsing? What about horses and around? Let me give you an example sentence. He broke his leg while horsing around with his friends. So this means he was having fun in a careless manner, so he was horsing around. So why will I include some idioms in my personal presentation? It's because native speakers use it all the time, and you will find idioms in lots of different texts all the time. So I decided to include this part of the English language into my personal presentation. Okay, so let's get back to my personal presentation. So, you know guys, I really love Hong Kong. I love this place. And one of the reasons why I love this place is because of the really efficient public transport system. Okay? It's really efficient. And I could just get out of my house and there's a bus stop. The buses are always arriving on time. So it's really efficient. Okay? And I really like it. So, what? Sorry, what? Sorry. I lost my train of thought. See, that's an idiom. That's an example. So, I forgot what I was trying to say, so I lost my train of thought, and that's an idiom. And I will continue this presentation like this. Okay, do you understand? So, let's get back to my life story. So, the public transport system in Hong Kong is perfect. I don't need to buy a car. Okay? I don't need to own a car. But I do miss my car. This is the last car I had before I moved to Hong Kong. It was a really comfortable car. It had a great sound system. When I was in traffic, I was really comfortable. But I didn't like spending the money on this car. But I had to get it because, you know why I had to get this car? Because the traffic was just making me crazy, you know? The traffic was just making me crazy. The traffic was driving me nuts, okay? The traffic was really driving me nuts. Then before I had that car, I had this car. It's a small white Ford utility vehicle, or you could call it a pickup. Now look at me standing next to my car. I really thought I was the business. I was the man. I really thought, listen, you are so cool, guy. You have an awesome car, okay? But then my friend sent me a photo of his new car. And look at that. That's a much bigger, better, faster, stronger car than I had. So I really had to get down from my high horse and realize that my car is not that cool. I really had to realize that I'm not that important. I had to get down from my high horse. Then, later on, I really enjoyed that car. You can see, this is me sitting in the car, driving the car, and in the back, there's some people sleeping and playing on their phones. So, I started loving my car a little bit more. And I realized this car was perfect for me. I took it everywhere. I went camping. It was so much fun. So I then realized this car was second to none. There was no other better car for me. Then, even before that car, this was my first car, really. This was my first car. And you know, in South Africa, the public transport system is not that efficient. So if you don't have your own car, you can't go anywhere. You have to wait very long for buses and trains. So I was really, really happy to get my first little Suzuki 4x4 car. This is a 4x4 car. I can go up mountains, down mountains. I could park anywhere. Parking wasn't an issue. So I was really happy about this car. I was a really happy camper about my car. Then I had a little problem. the small town where I studied, everyone could see where my car was. Can you see that yellow car? Yellow cars are really visible, like my car was yellow too. And everyone could see where I was. I would tell my friends, no, I'm going to study tonight. I can't go out with you. I have to study. And then the next day, they would say, what did you do last night? I would say, I was at the library. They would say, that's strange. We saw your car outside of a restaurant. So I got into hot water a lot. I got in hot water a lot. So I got in trouble a lot because people knew wherever I was. Then, before I had my little car, my dad bought me this little motorcycle. It's an off-road motorcycle. I didn't drive it on the road. I drove it in between the farms. Okay? In between the farms, and I had a lot of fun. But I was never really good at riding this motorcycle. Okay? I fell a lot. I fell down. I came off my motorcycle a lot. So I really got hurt a lot. I got hurt a lot. So I was left licking my wounds a lot. I had to lick my wounds a lot. And then before that, I really had a horse. Not this kind of horse. It's fairly common to have a horse where I come from, an area in South Africa. It's not that expensive, but my horse looked like this, and he could stand like that as well. His name was Macho Man. I didn't pick the name. Horses always have these funny names. But I enjoyed the horse. It was just for fun. Okay? But this horse was a little crazy also. So when you get on the horse, you really have to make sure what you're doing, or you'll fall off. The horse will really go crazy. The horse will get out of hand. And then you have to rein it in. You have to rein in the horse. So those are two idioms. My horse got out of hand, and I had to rein him in a lot. Then before that, obviously I had a bike. In South Africa, that's pretty common. You call this a mountain bike, okay? And I was only a small primary school boy. Having a mountain bike in a small town was such a pleasure. I could go anywhere I wanted to, okay? I could go to school on my own. I could visit my friends on my own. I could even attend sporting matches on my own, okay? But for a little boy, that meant I was responsible for everything. I had to be at school on time. I had to be at the sporting events on time. And for a little boy, that's not easy to do on its own. So I had to put the pedal to the metal a lot. I had to put the pedal to the metal. You can see I had to ride my bike really fast. Then before that, this is what I had. I was a really small baby. I really had something like this. This is a push motorcycle scooter. Okay? I had lots of fun on this. But my mother was very concerned. She thought she had a little crazy baby. I rode this motorcycle much better than a real motorcycle. I would go downhill really fast in between people, and I never got hurt. My mother got really concerned. She thought her son is crazy. Her son is a real Mad Hatter. Okay? So, what did I have before that car? That motorcycle, that car. What did I have before that? And what do I still have now? I still have my feet to travel around. And I really enjoyed speaking to you guys, and I don't want to leave. So I have to now drag my feet off the stage. Thank you very much.